we are going to be doing a bronze VOD review of a bronze Doomfist. Now, if anybody's new to the VOD reviews we do, generally what they are is we enjoy the fun moments that happen, give a little bit of feedback, kind of help out a bit. So it's kind of like an in-between of like having fun with the fun moments, but also kind of giving some advice on stuff we see. For this bronze code, it was submitted by Poison Ivy. They essentially said that they are bronze on support and they're new to tank. They're new to like learning tank. So we're watching a bronze Doomfist who is also new to tank. Okay, I just want to go back at this for a second here, chat. All right, we need to talk about this. We need to talk about this, okay? Is it me or did the Doomfist? Just to start with the combo here, okay? All right, chat. As they're going in here, if you're ever playing Doom, let yourself land there. You'll do some damage and slow them. Immediately, you just went into blocking damage. Watch. Immediately just went into blocking damage. Now you charge your punch, but here's the thing. You could have done the exact same thing, charge your punch, and also did that. All right? You could have already did that. As we return back to this, just to point out, one more time here. When you go in as a Doomfist, okay? Sometimes you can like cancel the animation, like if you go in there. Just if you land on the ground a second later, you're gonna do damage to them, okay? And you're gonna be able to do the same play here that you just did. All right, let's see what happens. And now we got a charge punch. I like how it's Doom versus Doom. You know what my favorite part about that whole sequence was? It was just both Doomfists hitting their buttons. Like one would hit a button, and then the next one would hit a button. They were just going back and forth. Like they wouldn't use their buttons at the same time. It was just, like one made a move, then the next one would make a move, then the next one would make a move. All right, that's Doom's turn now. Oh wait, no! Good play. That's a good punch. What is... Yeah, that was just hit a bunch of buttons at once. Nothing is more amazing than when you're playing Doomfist and this happens. Right here. You ready for it, chat? Nothing's more amazing than when you're playing Doom and you're ready to go make a play. You're ready to make a play. You see them at half HP and your May goes, you know what? We're going to save that Sojourn. The best part about that May wall, by the way, was that not only did they miss the May wall, I understood what they were going for. They straight up just saved the Sojourn. They're like, you know what? I see that you're at half HP. I'm just going to wall you off there so you can go back and get the health pack over here, all right? That was a good punch. I still see we're at the... It took me a little bit when I was learning Doomfist 2. We're at the point now where we just want to hit a button on Doom randomly, so we just try to absorb damage there for no reason. When I was learning Doom, it did the exact same thing. I was like, oh, I gotta hit a button. That's a good punch. Good ult. You get charge punch now when you land in your ult too, so. If you're able to, try turning like towards them when you go in with your your play. So if you watch what's happening here, it's like you're going to the right spot, but watch. Look where you're turning. Watch what happens. Do you notice anything about like where you would do the damage at? So when you don't turn, where they're at, look what happens. See? Which, yeah, it definitely could be. It depends how like fast your sensitivity is. Like on Doom, that would definitely help. Because you're just not gonna like, you're just gonna end up doing that. Okay, did it there. Not bad. Good punch. Classic again. Oh, yeah. There we go. They were ice blocked, but that was better. Okay, a slight suggestion here, by the way. I learned this on Doom 2. If you ever get to the point where you see that you're charge punch and they're doing a bunch of damage to you, I'm not saying that you'll survive against like what they're doing here. Just quickly hit your right click button. You'll stun them for a second and you have the opportunity to maybe get out. Because you're gonna stun all of them with the right click. Otherwise, they're gonna get you here. See? It looks like you tried doing it last second, but do it a little bit sooner once it changes to like the charge punch. There we go. Happening again, by the way. I'm telling you, whenever anybody's learning Doom, right? It's like the button mashing. You're like, you know what? I have to hit a button. Watch. I have managed to go down here, make a play. Not one of them has turned around yet. I'm gonna block damage. Oh, no cooldowns now. Oh, there you go.
This ends now.
Oh, there we go. There's the ult. There's the ult. That's what we like to see. There you go. That's a good punch. It's gonna stun them.
Hear my bell.
Meteor strike.
So, I highly recommend you touch the point first before using your ultimate. Mainly, because we'll see what happens here in a second. Ah, yeah, there we go. Also, remember that when you're in your ultimate as Doom, even when you're like going towards the point or going down into the point, it won't necessarily count you on the point. So there's a time in there where like Doom ult is actually a tough, like sometimes when you try to like use your Doom ultimate to contest a point late, you'll actually end up just not going on the point in time, even if you immediately hit your ultimate. All right, here we go again with this play. All right, so it's recommended that you let the slam land before using your... Here we go. Okay, see? Let this land. That way you can let the ability be used and then go into using the block. If you want to, if they even need to block. Which, I mean, I understand if you will if they turn to you. Ready? But instead you're using your block and not letting it actually get the ability. You're not actually doing anything with it. Unlucky. there and I was watching this and I thought you were setting up for something. All right, I thought you were setting up for this play. Like you were taking your time, you were waiting for your teammates to engage. You were ready to go into the point. And that was the amazing part about it. Like watch this like 10-second sequence, right? It's amazing. You're like, you know what? Okay, I'm waiting on my team. Well, I think you're the like your team's pushing up, you're ready, you're like, you know what? I'm ready to go. Okay, wait a second, waiting for the perfect opportunity, and here we go, going in! And well, one of your teammates died. Just say you were resetting or you got booped. Oh, we're going for take two? Nope, this time like, no, I'm gonna go that way. Wait, the Pharah fell off too? Oh, what a treat. Keep in mind, even though obviously charging your punch longer it can be good, if you're low on HP and you need to just kind of like displace them or stun them for just like a short period of time, it's okay to like let go of your right click a little bit earlier, just so you know. It's okay to be able to do that, because if you do that, you can kind of escape and get out and have opportunity to survive that. You don't have to do like the full charge punch all the time. Obviously, if you get like a great full charge punch, that's awesome for like especially how long they're stunned for, etc. But sometimes it's good to just like stun them and then just get out, because you can get healed up, you can wait. So, all right, take two. Yeah, no, they're just going across the bridge now. That's not happening again. How in the world did you just get a May? How did you get May? Wait, what just happened? Wait a second. Sorry, where is the May? Oh, right there. Wait, how did May get there? I didn't even see the May at first. Ah, great play right there. That was calculated. Oh, that wall didn't see it coming. Meteor strike. My favorite part so far about the Doomfist play here too is that like you're playing more of like a backline Doomfist. The rest of your team's on the bridge, like you seeing what's going on, and you're just kind of sitting behind them like waiting. You're like, you know what? I'm gonna wait for the right moment here. Oh, there you go. Okay, now you see. Okay. Oh, that was close. That was close. Ooh, good beat. That was a good right click there, by the way. That's what I mean by like displacing them. Like, you don't have to, as we just saw right there, you don't have to charge up the punch fully. Hey, there we go. See, you can use an ability out of spawn. Your cooldown should be up in time. Although, technically, the right click would be a little bit better because it comes up quicker. Wait. Just a little bit of, a bit of it, like a tip that I learned on Doom that improved my Doom a ton. This goes for pretty much anybody learning Doom, right? Because, you know, as you get better at Doom, you can learn, like, really sick rollouts. You can learn all this, like, really cool tech. But one thing I learned is if you engage with your slam all the time, and then you punch out, a lot of the time, not only will you be able to farm damage, farm ult, and kind of like basically tank at that point, you can also get out pretty quickly. So a lot of the time, what I have found is that I like to engage in with the slam and then use the punch out rather than punch in and slam out. Because you get more value out of the slam than you will of the punch, especially if you miss the punch. So you go in, you slam, you kind of get that AoE like cone / like damage that you'll do. Then you can right click out if you need to. If you make a play off of that, say you get in the limb, say your teammates follow up, you can then go in and be aggressive with the right click if you need to be, but you can always get out with the right click. So just remember that too. It's a little bit of like a tip I learned as Doom, and that made my Doom get a lot better. Yeah, I mean, I can definitely see the sense being increased a little bit on Doom here. Okay, charge punch. Don't have to do a full one. I'm actually pretty sure if you didn't do a full charge punch there, the Reaper would not be over here now. The Reaper's like, thank you. I needed this health back anyway. I appreciate it. It's like you did a full charge punch. They're like, all right, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I needed this anyway. Okay, and once again, when the Kiriko isn't looking at you there, you don't need to use your block. Like, they're not even looking at you. You just immediately block. You're like, you know what? There's a chance you turn around and start doing damage here, and I'm gonna be blocking before you even turn. You're not even gonna know what to do. Like, save your block for that, because then that's when you get your charge punch, when they do damage to you. You don't get a charge punch from just having no damage to you. And they just changed in the patch recently, when they buffed Doomfist, to where it takes even less damage now to get a charge punch. Watch, charge punch is really good. Oh, yep. Well, you know, now you've been doing a lot of damage to these walls here. You're making sure. Did you just try to right-click that, Lucio? Wait a second. Let me go back to that here. Yeah, you can't do that. If they're up in the air like that, you can't do that. Just so you know, that's not gonna work. I like the effort, but yeah, you can't do that. Is that Lucio still going? I like how that Lucio's still going. You just hear the sound of Lucio going in circles. I like how you just hear the sound of that for like 25 seconds. That's all you hear. Oh. But they stalled that point for a while. Woo! That was great. All right, on to the third round. Oh, I can't wait to see this engagement. They have a Doomfist. There we go. That's much better. When they're looking at you, that's when you use the block. Here we go. Oh, yeah. There we... Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, that wall. Just remember, try not to engage so much with the punch, more the slam, and then punch after if you can or you have to. That way you can either disengage out or not. Oh, that's a lot of damage. Like, it's okay to use the punch aggressively there, but sometimes you want to use that punch to get out.
Ready for a knockout?
So that is a perfect opportunity to be able to engage into them when they're not looking at you. So one thing you can do there, absolutely, is use your slam in and then punch out if you need to, rather than punch 2 feet, stand there, do 2 damage to them, and then just do this. I would highly recommend. That's a really good engagement point, especially when they're not looking at you. Because if you go in there and slam, then you have an opportunity to make multiple different plays. Like somebody said, you can maybe get them off the map. You can punch out and go back to the same spot. You can absorb damage there with your block and maybe get a charge punch right away. But standing there, you won't end up really doing much on that one. But slamming in, punching out, it's a good play. Hey, it worked. right, here we go. It's time. They're going off the map. That was obvious. Once they stayed right there. Oh, there you go. Once you got a charge punch and they just stayed right in that doorway, you knew that was happening. That was a good play. Now remember, you can also go up with your slam. So if you wanted to like engage them from like one of these angles and then punch out, you can do that. You don't have to like go right in front of them. Meanwhile, we go back to the moment on this map, on the other map on Gardens, when they tried to do that, went right into the wall and fell off the map. So I understand. Yo, these walls have been something. These walls have been extremely sturdy. I will tell you that much. They did a great job building this map because you have tried to punch down every single wall that you could find in this map. Oh, that wall's fine. Nice ult. That Bastion is having a great time. They got pooped off the map once. You know what they said? We're going to that exact same spot on the map again. Okay, when they look at you, when you want to use the block. Because otherwise you don't have your block, and that's what happens. You can use your block when they're looking at you a lot of the time. If you shoot at them once, it doesn't mean they're going to turn on you and hit some amazing shot for 450 damage. All right? Unless it's a soldier. Then good luck. All right, here we go. Here's the engagement. It's time. Dude. Okay, one thing we've learned, and we just talked about it. Block when they're doing damage to you or they're looking at you. Don't block just randomly because you shoot one bullet at them or like you just think they're going to start doing damage. This is it. This is the moment to... And just to talk about that now, if you notice when you went in there, you had no opportunity to get out initially. Now, I'm sure they'll get pooped off the map here. But that is why it's so good to engage with the slam and then right-click out. It gives you more opportunity to actually, like, survive those team fights and get a little bit of value. Somehow, I think this is going to work out here, but... I mean, we saw that coming. That was... Oh, no! Touch the point, Lucio. All right. Oh, yeah, here we go. Yeah, that's... Oh, no! All right, so... Here's my 2 things of advice I can give, maybe 3. All right? 1, start to learn how to engage in with the slam, right-click out. Don't have to do it all the time. It can be very situational. Sometimes you can engage in with the slam and then right-click in again because you do so much damage or they're low. Okay? That's very much a possibility. You can definitely do that. 2, you don't need to block randomly or just, like, button mash just to do it. If they're not looking at you and they're not doing damage to you, or you shoot at them once, you don't have to use your block right away. They're not going to turn to you and do 450 damage to you or one-shot you. If they do, then you can just say you're a tank. All right? 3, you could look at your sensitivity a little bit on Doom there. Obviously, with playing different roles and stuff, some sensitivities can work for certain roles, etc. Like, I play the same sense, but, you know, for Doomfist, maybe increasing your sense a little bit could help, too. All right? Those are the 3 things I saw, but... I hope you enjoyed the VOD review there. For anybody who wants to submit a VOD, right now we're currently looking for bronze codes, and you can submit them on my Discord. Whether or not we get to them, I don't know yet, but we generally do about one a week right now. If you enjoyed those videos, you can also see the other videos we have on my YouTube. You can watch them there. We have some really good ones. Also, sub to the second channel, !YT2. Or the first one if you haven't. Perfect.